KLR Sports. We're here with Julian Chua. Man, trainer of Zurdo Ramirez. Looks good, bro. Looks good. I don't know about the haircut, but no, he looks
I'm not in charge of the haircut.
You're not in charge of that. That's not your department.
No.
No, man. Tell me about it. How's he looking at camp?
Yeah, he's looking great, man. He's got everything that he knows he needs to do down in his head, and of course we'll make adjustments, but we have a good plan, and I'm just excited to see him execute.
What's it like, man, having just a world-class talent like that, man, and someone who I feel has the dedication, has, you don't have to kind of drag him out of bed in the mornings for the runs and stuff like that. What's that kind of having a willing participant in at such a high level like this?
Yeah, I mean, it makes my job easy, and we have a great team in Joel Flores and Chris Wong, great sparring partners that I'm working with, Umar Sadiq. The whole team has been great, and being around him also gets to raise, my IQ as well. I get to see what makes him special, how we can keep him in the kind of fight he needs to be in to show how special he is. So it's been a wonderful experience, and I think it's just the beginning. We have a lot to show and accomplish, and he wants it. So we want the big challenges and start, but not overlooking Sullivan Barrera. He's a tough guy, and I'm excited for Friday.
You guys been getting some good work with David Benavides as well, man. Some world-class sparring, man. Talk to me about that. So I feel like that's like watching a fight at the gym.
Yo, man, it's better than a lot of fights you see on TV, But no, nothing but respect for David. He's an absolute gentleman. Their whole family's great, It's hard sometimes to find guys, to spar with Zurdo and keep the intensity, or sometimes if there's no threat, the fighter will get bored. Any top level fighter, sometimes then they start boxing to the level of their competition, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So David was and their family, they were a blessing, a big blessing for this camp, and they helped us iron out the last few details. So shout out to them, big thank you.
That's awesome, man. I hear a lot of people saying, they tell me that whenever I ask who's Canelo's biggest threat, kind of in and around his division, David's always the name that pops up. Would you kind of agree with that? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to natural talent, I mean, he's got youth. Canelo has a lot of experience, and I'm not going to pick any kind of winner in that, but David definitely has the abilities, I believe, and the biggest thing, is he's not scared of anyone. You see a lot of guys, they go in with Canelo, and as much as it seems like it's just another fight, you're standing across the ring from the man of boxing right now, and he has a presence. You can tell he's got a presence about him, and right off the first round, like the way his body language is, he lets you know he's the man, And a lot of guys, you've seen it with all these confident fighters, you can see the anxious energy, but I just don't see it in David. David's missing something, like when it comes to the fear complex, So yeah,
that's going to be a beast. Hopefully it happens, man. Obviously, right?
Yeah.
A big fight I want to get your take on, man. Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence. Huge fight coming in August. I'm sorry. Break that down for me.
Shoot, man. I love Manny Pacquiao, man. I'll go with Manny Pacquiao to death, even past my brain, But no, I mean, it's a great fight, and stylistically, Manny hasn't had trouble with guys with the style of Spence, guys who, I mean, I know he can box, but he likes to come forward, and his natural instinct is to come forward and put pressure, and Manny historically does well against those kind of guys. Keith Thurman, in ways, could be a harder match because of, he's got more, I think he's got more dimensions to his game than Errol does, but man, Errol is a monster. He's young, he's hungry, he's masterful at what he does, but yeah, it's a great fight. Manny, for me, I think the hardest thing about him is also the preparation. How do you prepare for a guy who does, quote unquote, a lot of things fundamentally wrong, but he has so much experience and he knows how to do these things that you can't imitate it. You just can't. And the more you try, you're gonna get messed up. So I think I I want Manny. I got Manny on that. Let's go, Pacquiao.
I'm with you, man. There was a point in Manny's career where I just stopped picking against him. I'm just going to go roll with Manny till the wheels fall off.
Till the wheels fall off. I'm in that boat with you.
Definitely. Yeah. Last one, I want to get your take on Fury Wilder, bro. The part 3. How does that play out?
Can never count Wilder out, but skills pay the bills. I think it's going to be Fury again. I think that not only, it's interesting, a lot of confidence-based fighters, guys who speak things into existence when they experience their first loss, they kind of wonder if they're the man anymore. And as much as you say, I'm still this guy, we'll see when that bell rings if you really fully believe it, but I think also Wilder's carrying a lot of emotion into the fight, and that's from my experience, it's not a good tool if it overrides your brain. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's gonna come out strong and everything, but I actually see the same thing happening. Him burning out, Wilder burning out, Fury ending up putting pressure on him and making him uncomfortable, and he's not gonna find the range and find the timing and be calm enough to get his right hand off, because Fury's going to be feinting him in his face, and he's going to have trouble with that still, no matter how many changes he makes,
Yeah.
But God bless them both. I'm a Wilder fan, I'm a Fury fan, and let's see at the end of the day if he lands, man. If he lands,
might be over.
He lands, he's exciting because it's either he goes or they go. Right. So I'm watching, and everybody else should.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be good. Julian, man, tell the fans where they can follow you and see the journey up to Friday.
At Julian_Chua.
There it is. Julian, appreciate your time, brother.
Of course, man. Thank you.